Hush now, don't say a word I said. Hush now, you won't be heard. Get down, show some respect. I said get down, I'm not finished yet. Break down, can't take no more. Let's break it down. Total collapse. Lock down, lock your doors. I said lock down. Who you waiting for? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you're going? Do you know where you are? Do you know where you're going? Not too bad, huh? Let's see here. Oh, shit. Damn, now I can't get the fucker off. Military issue. Oh, yeah. There we go. There's the backwards hat. There's the douchey backwards hat, if I ever saw it. Let's see here. I've got my dips in. Oh yeah, got the cross on. Oh, let's see, the big gulp cup. My golden chalice. Yes, I have that. And let's see, the bad attitude. That is definitely in here. Might be pissing some people off tonight with this one. All right. It is Sunday, November 29th, in the year of our Lord, 2025. Welcome to the Vinny Dairy Show, coming to you live from FEMA Region 8. I did some free renovations to the studio today. I had a couple of old TVs sitting around and decided it's a lot better than me putting my concrete fingers up into the screen and when I'm trying to show you clips of stuff. And my beautiful daughter helped me out with that. Just so you know, there is a major sale going on my link. I will bring that up at the very end of the show. Probably something that won't make the clips when I clip this whole thing out. So make sure you pay attention to the end of the show. If you're going to watch it to the end, or just skip to the end and figure out what you can save. You need to watch it by tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at midnight is when it all ends. I kind of want that cross to be in there. There we go. At least for now, it'll be there. Our featured stories tonight will be the falsity of the Venezuela boat attacks and the Beast digital ID system coming our way, and much, much more. As always, let's start the show off with our weekly Bible quote. This one comes from Revelation 13:14, the Lutheran Bible, as always. You're going to have to bear with me here. This is kind of a new thing. Okay. And one of the elders answered and said to me, "Who are these clothed in white robes, and where did they come from?" And I said to him, "Sir, you know." And he said to me, "These are the ones who come out of the great tribulation, and they have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore they are before the throne of God, and they serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne is over will dwell among them. They will hunger no more, nor thirst no more. The sun will not beat down on them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. This is all in respect to, well, let's get you can get the basic story out of here. The regular Bible everybody else reads, this is what that one says. Let's see. The prequel to that whole bit was, Then I saw another beast coming out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb. He spoke like a dragon. He exercised all authority of the first beast on his behalf, and made the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed. And then we get into where we just read. Let's see. He was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast, so it could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image to be killed. He also forced everyone, small and great, rich, poor, free, and slave, to receive a mark on his right hand or on his forehead. Oh, I need to turn that off. So that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. This calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is man's number. His number 666. So I'm going to continue on with my weekly little ordeal here. Speaking of Geometria, where's that at? Is it on this one or is it on the other phone? Well, it's not there right now. But 1 Peter 4, my notes from church, for those of you that haven't watched recently, or basically I go over what the pastor went over in church, and I kind of have some of his words and some of my own as well. That's just kind of my general outlook, my message to you, the listener. Arm yourselves with Jesus' attitude and be prepared to suffer as well as Christ did in his body. Don't just take it. Arm yourself and prepare yourself. Stop sinning instead of living like pagans, so you're not washing your life on personal desires, but for the will of God. Your friends will believe it's strange that you don't plunge in the darkness anymore, and will heap emotional abuse on you by allowing an alligator to live in your pond. You make it dangerous, for it no longer fears humans. Drive the alligator out of your pond, fill it with fish. Pray for those friends, that they may realize the error of their ways, show deep love for one another, as love covers over a multitude of sins. Trust that Jesus is guiding you, and walk with it. Say and do what you will, don't overthink it. At Jesus' greatest hour of suffering, he prayed that night and served his disciples. So walk the walk, be glad for your trials, for it means you walk with Christ, and defeat death in his glory. Praise God for the privilege to be chosen by him. Trust your life to God, for he will never fail you. I mean, in a sense, if you're going out and murdering or doing drugs, that is not being persecuted because you walk with Christ. You should know what that means. I shouldn't have to break it down too Barney style for you. But anyway, that gets us into kind of the prequel to the first bit, and that is the price of silver. The price of silver as of Friday, because my old boxing coach and a mentor brought to my attention, they don't update it over the weekend. So what I'm telling you right now, it could be completely different come tomorrow morning. But as of right now, it's the highest it's been in a very, very, very long time. The silver at $57.46. The a price that's going to keep skyrocketing as world unrest and the worth of our dollar continues to plunge. Get some silver, get some gold, get gold backs, which they're basically just bills that have small amounts of gold infused into them. Last time I checked, you could buy a gold back $1, a gold back one for I think it was $8.50, $9. Um, if the people don't believe you, you can melt it down in front of them, and the gold will be sitting there waiting for you. It's kind of a process. You got to do some chemicals and stuff like that. But because the system that's coming our way will make you bend to it unless you have real money. Our currency is not real money. It's currency, not money. Gold, silver, gold backs. I'll get into a little bit of that later. But that is real money. But this, do I even have it on me? Nope. Look, empty wallet. Don't even have nothing in there. Imagine that. This is kind of a prequel to our featured story, which I usually save for the middle, but I'm going to start it right off the bat right now. We've got a packed show. I really hope I can keep this to an hour, but I doubt it. The beast system. Let's see. Let's go up. And this is already implemented in Britain. Okay. Um. Oh, let's see here. CBDC show digital ID. Yeah. So mandatory for specific uses. Starting with right to work checks by 2029, it will replace physical documents for employment verification, age checks, so buying alcohol, tobacco, and right to rent processes. So you can't get an apartment, you can't buy a house, you can't do anything without their digital ID. Um, there is 1.8 billion pounds allocated over 3 years in the 2025 budget for Britain. Public consultation begins January 2026. Full rollout targeted by end of Parliament, so 2029. Offline and accessible options are promised for non-smartphone users. Okay. So adoption. Voluntarily, initially, mandatory by 2029. Biometrics stored on device, certified providers only. So who the government decides they want to be in charge of it, that's the people that run it. Scope public services first, and then private sector comes after. Let's just go ahead and see what old Keir Starmer has to say about this, huh?
I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. To spell that out, you will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Disgusting. Forget about what she said about.
Just in case you didn't get that.
Master battle plan. This government. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Disgusting. Forget about what she said about Israel.
I'm glad I played that again, just to slam it home. So in the UK, unless you have the digital ID, you cannot work. You cannot get an apartment. You can't do anything. What did I just read you in Revelation? What did I just read you? Does that not sound like that's it? That doesn't sound similar? Actually verbatim? Anyway, let's read where Britain is on the central bank digital currency. The Bank of England and Treasury are in the design phase for a digital pound, a retail CBDC, to complement cash and bank deposits. No final decision to launch exists, but progress accelerated in 2025 amid global CBDC slowdowns. Functionality: programmable for smart contracts, offline capable via devices. Privacy: token-based, no transaction visibility. I don't know. Is anybody I'm listening to, or anybody listening, ever tried to buy anything with Bitcoin? It actually requires you giving more information than cash ever would. So I'm not all in on that. It's safe shit. Because I've made one purchase with Bitcoin my entire life. I'm probably never going to do it again. Global context aligns with BIS standards. Contrast China's ECNY rollout. Just in case you think I'm full of it here, I got a little video of them talking about that as well.
I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK.
I'll get into central banks here in a little bit.
Across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay.
See how they try to sell it to you?
It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world.
You're an evil
and
bastard. You sick motherfucker. No. No, we're not doing it. No, we're not doing it.
Jurisdiction has
we're not doing it.
That choice. These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments.
Money and payments.
That's why working together and careful evaluation. I'm proud to say that under the...
Yeah, so basically, you will be our slave. You will be our slave, or you do not get to eat or live. Oh, where are we at here? Come on. Come on, let's go over here. Let's go to... There you go. So if you're wondering where to follow me for all the clips and all that, that's where you go. So what did I tell you? If you don't think this is coming to America, you're not only low IQ, you are fucking retarded. Look at that, Britain just let it walk in, and now they're trying to fight it. And now they're doing the violence thing. Because the only way after it's implemented to even try to overcome it is with violence. That's why I'm trying to warn every single one of you to stop it now. Stop it now. Informationally, do not. No compliance. No compliance. No compliance. You just say no. You know, like the weird person that didn't wear a mask? Be that guy. Because now is the time. Oh, my producer is in here crawling around right now. We either stand up right now, or you live on your knees, just like it said in Revelation. So what are you going to do, folks? What are you going to do? You're about to lose your entire lifestyle, all your freedoms, your church, your speech, your money, decisions with your children, all of it. You can decentralize from this, like I said, with gold, silver, gold-backed dollars, guns, ammo, food, fuel, and vehicles. Make sure, at the very least, you have at least a month's worth of food built up. Because when this all rolls out, it's not just going to roll out all smooth and everybody's going to be... If you are living good when this comes, you're wrong. Okay? You're enabling it. You're enabling your children to live under tyranny. I know we're already living under tyranny, but worse. You can defeat the digital ID by non-compliance only. Let me repeat that. You can defeat digital ID by non-compliance only. There's only one way. It's not violence. They want violence. It gives them a leg to stand on to physically enforce compliance. That's why this is called an info war. That's the only way to win now. Because if you don't win the info war, then you're going to have to do it with blood. And nobody wants to do that. So how about we just don't comply and we force them to keep it decentralized. And that we'd force them to make sure that our money is actually worth something. Which gets us into the tiny hat takeover and the Muslim takeover happening all at the same time of the United States, which has already overtaken Britain, like I said just a little bit ago. Let's see here. What do we got? Yeah. So just a little idea of how we're being taken over by two different religions at the same time. Oh, that's porn. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, where did I go here? So the tiny hats are doing it by infiltrating our entire Congress, our government, our media. So this guy, yeah, catchy, right? So everything from music to TV to movies to all these major influencers, not all of them, obviously, but most definitely in our Congress, over, I'd say, 90% of the people in Congress have dual loyalty to Israel. So Israel has already taken over our country through the influence of our government, media meaning everything, your news, this, that. Where am I at here? They've infiltrated our government, our media of every kind, and push pornography and transhumanism, just like in Weimar Germany. So just a few of them. We got Ted Cruz, Michael Bennett, Tammy Duckworth, Michelle Bachmann, Oh, let's see. Yeah, this stuff's super hard to get through. Okay, I guess I'll read quite a bit here. Just a small amount is Richard Blumenthal, Adam Schiff, Brian Schatz, Chuck Schumer, Jackie Rosen, Bernie Sanders, Alyssa Slotkin, Michael Bennett, John Ossoff, Ron Wyden, Jake Auchincloss, Suzanne Bonamici, Lois Frankel, Josh Gottheimer, Dan Goldman, Josh Harder, Jared Huffman, David Kustoff, John LaRocca, Elaine Lararia. You guys, you get the point. You get the point. Dual citizens in our Congress with Israel. I don't understand how everybody thinks this is A-okay. So let's see. Porn sites that are Jewish ran. Pornhub, YouPorn, RedTube, Tube8, Brazzers, Reality Kings, Digital Playground, Men.com, Sean Cody, ManyVids, Nutaku, which is a game apparently, Xvideos, XNXX, XHamster, StripChat, BongaCams, Chatterbait, OnlyFans. I've never visited I mean, when I used to watch porn, I'd never visited any site other than those. Do you understand what's going on here? Do you understand? Every single major prominent porn site slash sex toy, I mean, Rabbi Shmuley runs a fucking butt plug operation with his daughter. Do we need to say anything else? Do I need to say anything else? How is it not obvious yet? How is it not obvious? But it's not just them at this point. No, it's not just them. Now the other side, the Muslim takeover. So these are two of the biggest cities in the United States, and this video is about the number of mosques that have just skyrocketed since 2020. Look at all that. Oh, shit. All right, I'll bring it up on the... I'll do the old school status here. Look at that. This is a Christian nation. Whether you practice or not, it was founded on Christian values. The overwhelming amount of mosques in a Christian nation makes me a little nervous. Okay? Just a little nervous, right? So here's another video. What are we doing here? You gonna connect? All right. This is happening in every major city around the U.S. Another nation's flag. Tell you what, in Afghanistan, every morning and every evening you hear that. And it's very, very unsettling. You know what? Let's watch that again. Coming soon to a neighborhood near you. Because this is what the tiny hats want. They allowed this. Remember, they run the Congress, they run all that. The tiny hats use them as their foot soldiers against Christians. They even got a fake Muslim to become mayor of New York City, where most of these videos take place. Don't you see how they're using the Muslims? I mean, obviously, the Muslims want to come here and declare jihad. We get that. I mean, would I be really? I mean, we've taken over the last couple of wars that we did on Israel's behalf. We're against them. I'll get into it in just a second. But these people were brought in on purpose during the Otto Penn presidency that was run by an administration of tiny hats. Of course, there is no face to put on it except Joe Biden's, and everybody knows that he wasn't running the country. And like I said before, I think that Donald Trump probably allowed that to happen. Because this is how everything is supposed to go. This is how you downfall America. Just like Rome. You bring too many people in, too many differing ideas, and they overtake. It's just not that Rome is good either. I mean, they killed Jesus, for Christ's sake. But we've fought many wars on this in the past. I've hit this long enough, but I'll read a little bit here. Oh, dang it. Where's that here? Moved on me. Maybe it went up. Please tell me it went up. Oh, where did it go? I mean, I got a couple here I can read, but okay. Sorry, folks. Working on this, but yeah, so this interpretation draws from the Quran 4:157-158, where Isa, which they're saying is Jesus, is raised to Allah without crucifixion. And verse 3169 on martyr sustenance. In Islamic eschatology, he's alive and will descend to defeat the Antichrist. I mean, the Quran is crystal clear. Jesus was not crucified, but he was rather taken up to heaven, kind of like Enoch, or, oh my gosh, they're all. I'll just use Enoch right now. So, in a nutshell, the tiny hats enabled the Muslims to come here, and even though the Muslims believe that Jesus will come back to take down the Antichrist, which makes them a lot closer in religion than us and the Jews. Judeo-Christian values. Really? Because the Muslims believe in Jesus and that he'll come and down the Antichrist as well. So why are we fighting so much? What, because one believes he died and one believes he didn't? It's a lot better than somebody that says that he's boiling in human excrement, right? Let's see. The U.S. Oh, geez. The US, UK, French tiny hats united forces with the Russian tiny hats to enslave the Germans for good, while tens of millions of Christians murdered each other for the tiny hats to reign supreme. Remember, Western Christianity had been infiltrated by crypto tiny hats since 4 BC. And I'll read a little bit of stuff from the tiny hats themselves. Our Talmud tells us, when you go to war, do not go as the first, but as the last, so that you may return as the first. Why should we, the only truly international people, be concerned with the mutable interests of stupid Goyim nations? We must do everything in our power to help the great president, who has helped us so greatly in establishing control, support the draft law when it is presented to the American people. Support England and France, for they are fighting Judah's greatest enemy, the Goyim German state. You are urged to support United States participation